everyone. Thank you guys so much for having me at your council meeting. I really appreciate being here. Like Jordan was saying, my name is Katie Nutt. It used to be Katie Dirks. I was an active member in 4-H here in Austin County, and more specifically in Sealy, since I was 11 years old. I stayed in 4-H through high school and graduated as a 4-H member. I strongly encourage everybody to do the same. You learn so many things in 4-H that you can't get in any other clubs, and it's just a wonderful experience. So I was kind of preparing to talk to you guys tonight, and I was talking with my husband, and I was like, maybe I should open with a joke. And he was like, he goes, do you know, like, in all seriousness, do you know any good farmer jokes? And I was like, no. Okay, obviously you weren't in 4-H, because that's not all we talk about, right? Like, that's not everything. It's not what all consists of. It's a whole big picture of things. It's not just one specific thing. And you can be in 4-H and not have a clue about farming, but be really good at photography, and not have a clue about photography, but love archery. And so 4-H is that all-encompassing umbrella that we're all a part of. And it's still a part of me to this day. I'm 27 years old now, and Michelle and I were talking, and she was my 4-H leader and advisor whenever I was your age. And we did all kinds of wonderful things together, and that includes leadership labs and 4-H roundup. And she took me to state one year with singing, and that was really cool, and taught me all kinds of vocal warm-ups. And so I'm sure that y'all are experiencing similar things being a part of 4-H. Because that's the beauty of it. You get to do what you love and what you're good at, and have a safe place to grow and to learn. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about kind of what 4-H has done for me as a person and now as a woman, and looking back on my 4-H career, what I can see that has really, like, stuck with me. So as Jordan, when she called me, I started thinking about what I was going to speak to you guys about, and the 4-H pledge just kept rolling through my head over and over and over again, and I was like, God, why is this in my head? And then I started thinking, well, that's so much more than just a pledge. It's a roadmap. It's a laid out roadmap for what we're supposed to be doing every day. And so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the components of that pledge. We say we're pledging our head to clearer thinking, our heart to greater loyalty, our hands to larger service, and our health to better living for our club, our community, our country, and our world. Well, whenever you pledge your head to clearer thinking, are you truly thinking about who you're keeping your company with, who you're spending your time with? Are you thinking before you speaking? I encourage you to do these things, obviously. Every decision that you make on a daily basis is going to affect you in the long run. And that even includes what your decisions you're making right now. One of the biggest key things I think I learned whenever I was in 4-H was that what I do right now affects me months down the road. I could see that, because if I got my chickens, which I raised chickens, if I got my chickens and I didn't go out and stir them up so that they'd eat, or if I didn't put the electrolytes in their water, I knew that that fall, when it came time for the fair, I was going to get sifted. So I could see that right then, but I couldn't see the long-lasting impact that I can now see looking back. So along with, really thinking about what's going to happen with your projects, also think about what you're saying to those around you while you're doing your projects, how you are portraying yourself, how you are representing your club, your county, your family, everyone around you. So I feel like that's the key part of pledging your head to clearer thinking that the 4-H pledge talks about. My mom used to say every day whenever I'd leave for school, the decisions that you make today will affect you for the rest of your life. And there are just no truer words. The decisions that you make right now are going to affect you in the long run. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about is pledging your heart to greater loyalty. I feel like that this, like I said before, 4-H is such a safe place to grow and to find those things that your heart loves, because there's so many different things that you can do, right? Like you can raise a scramble heifer, or you can show chickens, or you can do home ec projects, or you can do painting, or whatever you want to do. So this is such a safe place to learn, and with the leadership that you have in place and your parents who are obviously supportive of you right now in what you're doing, this is a really cool opportunity to where you can kind of dip your hand into all sorts of different things and learn in a way that you can't do necessarily at school because you're structured there, or in any other time in your life. So take advantage of that and let your heart guide you and find out what you love while you're doing this. So I want to talk a little bit about service, because I feel like 4-H is such a great opportunity to be able to come in contact with a lot of people, and it's such a cool opportunity to learn about leadership. And I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but it's said a lot of times that the best leaders are those who serve. And it may sound like that doesn't really make sense because you think, I'm the leader, I'm the head of the pack, right? But if we think about it, the leader is the one who's staying after and cleaning up the meeting. The leader is the one that's bringing things or picking up trash or doing things because they want to make sure that everything is going correctly. So the best way that you can serve and be a leader is to help out those people around you. And whether that means, putting your best effort forward to be kind to others around you, or if someone's like struggling and they have their heifer and they have a show bucket and they have all this different stuff and they're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Offering to help them with their show bucket. Staying after and cleaning up after meetings, being that person to volunteer whenever opportunities come up. That shows leadership, and that's what service is about, is stepping out and being that person who's going to be willing to not necessarily do what you want to do all the time, but what's important, and that's service. I want to also talk to you guys about pledging your health to better living. Every single day that we get is a gift. Every day that we wake up and take a deep breath of this beautiful Texas air outside is a gift. And with that, we have opportunities. We have people that we meet. We have opportunities for kindness. And not everybody has that. Not everybody is able to get out of bed. And the older that you get, the more you realize this, that health is not something that's guaranteed. And the reality of being able to get up out of bed in the morning and go and help somebody and pledging your health to better living, whether that's making sure that you're putting the right food in your body, or making sure that your relationships with your family and your friends are healthy. There's all sorts of levels of health, and you pledge your health to better living. And so I want you guys to think about these things as you say that pledge every single meeting. And I want you to think about that this is not just something that we say, but this is the way that we live. And this is the way that you're probably going to continue to live throughout the rest of your life. I can name dozens of times that 4-H, the way that 4-H impacted me is so big that it was hard to actually kind of narrow it down. I had to talk through it for a little while with my husband, and I said, I really feel like I was the president of my 4-H too in Sealy, and I feel like those opportunities that it gave me have made it to where every single job that I have, I shoot to the top to management. Every single time. Every time I go to a job and someone's like, hey, I need this done, I'm on it, right away. And you want to be that kind of person. Those kind of people get paid more. Those kind of people have more opportunities. So continue to use the things that you're learning right now for the long run. And I can promise you that if you do that, you're going to look back on your 4-H experience with the fondness that I look back on mine. Because it's hard for me to sometimes put into words what this has given me, because it's given me so much. How do you how do you even know anything but it whenever it's been a part of your life for so long? And so I just want to encourage you guys to think about those words and think about them daily when you're in situations and you're, hanging out with somebody and they may not be the kind of person that maybe they shouldn't hang out with. But, think about, am I doing my club, my community, my country, my world a justice right now with the actions that I'm taking and the words that I'm saying? So I want to just encourage you guys. Y'all are all doing a great job. This is a council meeting, so obviously you all are leaders. You're in a position of leadership. You're in a position to influence other people. So take that and use it in your club right now, in your community right now, whenever you graduate high school on a more country level, and then eventually in the entire world. Because that's what you're doing. This is a roadmap. It's not just words. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Thank you guys so much for having me. I hope I didn't jabber too much. I'll try to have farm jokes next time. So thank you guys. And I hope you all have a wonderful 4-H year and a great show. And whenever we go to the fair this year, I'll have my little baby with me and I'll be looking for all of you. So you better be behaving. Thank you. And thanks for the cupcake.